Hi everyone, this is Dr. Chhoda with Ignition Time and welcome to my channel. Thank you so much for being a viewer and subscriber. If you're not a subscriber yet, please consider subscribing. Please ignite that subscribe button and ignite that notification button because the name of our channel is Ignition Time. Today is a historic day for us as Americans, for the country. In fact, I believe that what happens tonight has the potential to shape the world in the future. Speaking of the world, again, I've mentioned this before, I've heard of text messages that are designed to confuse people, robocalls that are designed to confuse people, and these are probably coming from foreign actors. And I would advise you to ignore all of this, just to stay focused, play your part, make your voice heard. Don't get distracted by elements that seek to be envious of our robust system of government. Please set all of that aside and please make your voice heard, because I do believe that for us as Americans, we will own this night. We are going to own this night tonight. For me, it's not about the red or the blue. It's about the red, white, and blue. Now, at the time I'm recording this video, I believe it's close to 4 p.m. East Coast time right now at the time I'm recording this video. And I can tell you that all the results of all the votes are going to start to come in tonight. You've seen other videos on the channel where I've talked about different staggered times when, we can expect results to come in. In this video, I'm going to focus on the results that come in starting at 9 p.m. East Coast time tonight. So at 9 p.m. East Coast time, we'll start to get results from Arizona, Colorado, Kansas, Louisiana, Michigan, Minnesota, Nebraska, New Mexico, New York, North Dakota, South Dakota, Texas, Wisconsin, and Wyoming. Those are all the results we get at 9 p.m. tonight. Now, the polls close at 9 p.m. on these states. The results don't come in at 9 p.m. The results come in shortly after the vote counting begins. In many states, the vote counting has already begun. So let's start with the state of Arizona. President Trump won the state of Arizona by 3.5 points in 2016. Right now, it appears that former Vice President Joe Biden is leading by 2.6 points. So it's pretty interesting. It's going to take a little bit of time to count the votes. So we'll start to see the actual winner emerge through the night, because the tallies are going to come in and we could see a shift in results over time. So keep in mind that the Arizona polling closes at 9 p.m. tonight. Colorado also closes at 9 p.m. tonight. Now, Hillary Clinton won by 4.9 points in Colorado in 2016, but former Vice President Joe Biden leads by 12.5 points in Colorado. So, it's going to be interesting, and results come in somewhat slowly. So again, we can expect results to shift over time. Kansas. President Trump won the state of Kansas by 20.4 points. So there's a pretty big margin for President Trump. And in polling, President Trump is leading by 12.9 points in Kansas. So that's what's happening right now. President Trump is expected to take Kansas, and results do come in slowly, but again, we can expect the results to shift over time. Louisiana. President Trump won Louisiana by 19.6 points and is actually polling higher in Louisiana. He's actually polling at 20.5 points in Louisiana right now, President Trump. So again, President Trump is expected to take Louisiana quite comfortably, and those results are going to come in fairly quickly. So we can expect those electoral votes. There's actually 8 electoral votes in Louisiana that will go President Trump's way. Michigan is a very important state with 16 electoral votes. Michigan actually was won by President Trump by 0.2 points. The president barely won Michigan in 2016, but former Vice President Joe Biden is leading in Michigan by a whopping 8-point margin. Yep, you heard that right. Former Vice President Joe Biden is leading by 8 points in Michigan, and the results in Michigan come in slowly, so we can expect the numbers to actually shift over time. Minnesota. Clinton won Minnesota by 1.5 points, and former Vice President Joe Biden is leading Minnesota by 9.1 points. And Minnesota is also another important state. 10 electoral votes, and we can expect the results fairly quickly. Nebraska. President Trump won Nebraska by 25 points in 2016 and is currently leading in Nebraska by 9.6 points. These votes will come in fairly quickly as well. 5 electoral votes at stake in Nebraska. And New Mexico. This is interesting. Clinton won by 8.2 points and former Vice President Joe Biden is leading by 11.2 points. So he's doing better than before. And this is actually a trend I'm noticing with former Vice President Joe Biden's polling numbers. So we'll see what happens. 5 electoral votes at stake in New Mexico. Results expected to come in slowly. New York, which is historically a Democratic state, Hillary Clinton won that by 22.5 points, and Biden, former Vice President Joe Biden, is leading by 29.4 points. Expected to take New York quite comfortably, and we have 29 electoral college votes in the state of New York. So that is going to be quite interesting indeed. And these results are going to come in slowly. North Dakota. President Trump won North Dakota by 35.7 points, and right now he has a margin. He's leading President Trump in the polls by 17.3 points. Again, quite fascinating because we have 3 electoral votes in North Dakota, and results are expected to come in slowly. Let's take a look at South Dakota, which the president won by 29.8 points in 2016, and he's now leading by 15.5 points. If you look at all these trends, you'll start to notice that the president's lead from where he was in 2016 to where he is right now, in terms of the polls anyway, is narrowing. Now, I've said this before, if the polls are wrong and President Trump wins all of these states by a wider than expected margin, and the president wins states he was not expected to win, I actually think the entire polling industry will go out of business completely. I've said this before in other videos. So that was South Dakota, 3 electoral votes, President Trump leading by 15.5 points. Now, Texas, this is the big one. President Trump won the great state of Texas by 9 points in 2016, but now polling shows that his lead is just 1.2 points. It's within the margin of error. So Texas is pretty crucial, 38 electoral votes in Texas. And I can tell you that if something dramatic happens, like former Vice President Joe Biden winning the great state of Texas, I do believe that is going to lead to a complete restructuring, a fundamental re-engineering of many of the core principles in the Republican Party, not to mention President Trump not winning re-election if Texas goes away of former Vice President Joe Biden. 38 electoral votes, and results are expected to come in somewhat slowly. Let's take a look at Wisconsin and Wyoming. Let's focus on Wisconsin first. President Trump won Wisconsin by 0.8 points in 2016. Now, former Vice President Joe Biden is leading in Wisconsin by 8.4 points. That's quite significant. 10 electoral votes up for grabs in Wisconsin. And the results are going to come in somewhat slowly, so we can expect the results, the numbers to ebb and flow over time in the state of Wisconsin. And finally, the last state where polls close at 9 p.m. is Wyoming. Wyoming was won by President Trump by 46.3 points. And the president is now leading by a 31.5 point polling margin. So the president's lead, as you can see, shortening nationwide, at least as far as the polls go. 3 electoral votes at stake in Wyoming, and the results are expected to come in fairly quickly. So that's where things stand, everybody. All the results coming in at 9 p.m. East Coast time tonight. I can tell you that whatever happens, we will own this night, and I'm hoping we have a decisive winner, hopefully by a fair margin, so the results are not contested or questioned. Thank you so much for watching, everybody. My name is Dr. Nitin Chhoda with Ignition Time. I really appreciate you watching. If you don't know anything about me, please check out my video. You'll learn more about who I am, what my journey has been like, and why you should listen to me. Keep in mind, we release videos at 2 p.m. East Coast time most days of the week. That's 2 p.m. You can get your cell phone out, send a text message with the word ignition or with the word time to 70,000. That's 70000, and then you'll get added to our SMS alerts list moving forward. Now, you can also get added to our email list. Simply go to ignitiontime.com/alerts. That's ignitiontime.com/alerts, and then you'll get added to our email list going forward. You can opt out of our SMS list or our email list at any point in time. No worries about that. Now, keep in mind, sometimes YouTube does not always send out notifications on time. So simply bookmark youtube.com/ignitiontime. That's youtube.com/ignitiontime, and then you can visit our channel any time that you want. You can also follow us on Instagram. Our Instagram handle is ignition_time. That's ignition_time. So make sure you follow us there. You can also follow us on Twitter. Our Twitter handle is also ignition_time. That's ignition_time. So follow us on Twitter. Our Twitter community is growing. Speaking of community, I encourage you to comment below and participate in our growing community, because we have a fun, engaging, respectful, diverse, vibrant community. So definitely become a part of our community. If you learned something from this video, please ignite the like button, please ignite that subscribe button, and please enable notifications, because remember, the name of our channel is Ignition Time. That would be your vote of confidence in us, and that does help out the YouTube algorithm. As always, you'll find the links to all our resources in the description section below, so check them out if you want to dig deeper into the content. And also, please share this video with friends and family. Thank you so much. I'm looking forward to seeing you in the next episode of Ignition Time. Take care. Bye.